This is Jack Trent, and this is a personal video which is less intended for you and more intended for me and my relationship with God and Jesus Christ. We're all given gifts. Every one of us are given gifts and talents and abilities. And I would love to be a songwriter like my wife. She loves to write songs, and she writes beautiful songs about her feelings about God, and those enrich our life and our home. I'd love to be a painter. I could paint, a picture of Jesus healing somebody and capture that moment. And that's not my talent. That's not my ability. I'd love to be able to be a sculptor or capture that for other people. I haven't been given that ability. I have, to some degree, been given the ability to help teach. So in these videos, I just want to be able to share with you, and more importantly, let God and let the Lord know that I love Him, and I'm going to give my little voice in the social media world for what it's worth, and if it's never seen, I know it's seen by God. And that's all that's relevant to me. And we're going to talk about, and I want you to come reason with me. And that's kind of the title of my videos here, is Reason With Me. And I want you to think through what we believe, why if you don't, why it may be rational to believe in God. There's a huge push right now toward atheism. There's an enormous trend toward leaving concepts of God as, hey, this is dated. We've evolved past this. Somehow people think that they've evolved. And if they know anything about biology, you know that in just 5 or 10,000 or even 20,000 years, evolution, that's way too small of a scale. Evolution works in hundreds of thousands and millions of years. So what I'm saying is we're still very much the same people that lived and existed during Shakespeare's time, during the time of the Roman Empire, during Caesar's time, during Christ's time, during Moses' time. We're still very much the same people biologically. And even the most ardent scientist that strictly believes in atheism and has no appreciation for, God is not a possibility in their mind. You still can certainly appreciate that we haven't changed in 5,000 years. There's no way the human psychology wiring has evolved there's mutations and there's changes that happen, but we're still very much, so I want to start with that platform, that we're still the same people. Oh, and I'm going to spend more time on that in another video, but let's just start with the need inside of us. I want you to understand that we all have this need, this big hole inside of us. And the reason for that is because of who we are. I believe with all my heart that we are children of God. And as creatures, as His creation, as children of God, we have these huge desires that need to be filled. And we can go out and try and get the world to fill them all we want. We can go out and people get desperate to fill that hole. They often turn to drugs, alcohol, sex, pornography. There's a whole laundry list of things that we try and do to fill money. Some people use intellectual superiority, to fill that hole and to somehow validate their existence. But much more than validation is personal fulfillment. And I would argue that can only come with a relationship with God. Reason with me. Look at the evidence. Look at the lives of those who proclaim this empty atheistic lifestyle and choice. And we'll talk more about that because it is all or nothing. It's either everything we do has meaning and a purpose, or nothing we do matters and ever will. Now people argue, well, we're going to be able to launch into space, and humans will continue to evolve, and we'll take over space, and that's a pipe dream. Earth's been around 4 billion years. They say we have about 3 billion years left on this Earth before the sun turns into a red giant, overheats the Earth as we know it. So we have 3 billion years to get off the Earth. Oh, clearly we'll get off that. Well, is it so clear? I mean, we really don't have any hard evidence yet of extraterrestrial life. I mean, okay, you can argue with me all day long on that, but it's very clear they haven't mainstreamed. There's no mainstream visits from any other planet. So the success ratio, now you'll come back and say, well, there's so many trillions of stars. Yes, there are so many trillions of stars. And we're going to reason with me and think about that. Last ending concept in this video, if you Google the age of the universe, Google will tell you, well, 14 trillion years. Or no, I'm sorry, 14 billion years. That's all they think the universe is. Google the age of the oldest star. It's 15 billion years. So complex, and you'll read, there'll be a lengthy explanation about how that makes sense based on the science. So you got a star that's older than the universe? No. It just means we're learning. We're just baby stepping into what the universe is and into what it is. But we think it makes us feel comfortable, or at least some have to have that safety net that we are in control, that we actually know things, when we're really just scratching the surface. This is Jack Trent. Thank you for listening to me, reason with me, and know that God lives and loves us, and Jesus is His Son, and we are His children. Thank you.